Hello again, my wonderful listeners. Today, I will be breaking down the exact role of the mayor. Then, I shall cover what she has set out to do and, some of what she's accomplished. Now, the mayor, more than anyone else, is responsible for the welfare of the city. The mayor puts proposals and recommendations to the council and can approve or veto decrees passed by the council. She is also bound to enforce the council's decrees. The mayor recommends and then submits the annual budget and passes upon further appropriations and transfers, as well as appoints and may remove some city officials and commissioners. To note, a commissioner in this case means a government official or representative in charge of a department. Not, like a police commissioner. They secure the means of cooperation amongst the departments of the city. She receives and examines complaints made against officers and employees. Finally, she conducts visits of foreign and domestic officials with public and private organizations. The mayor is also the director of the Emergency Operations Organization, which is an organization in charge of the direction and direct control of the planning, coordination, and management of disaster preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery. To simplify somewhat, the mayor acts much like a president would, just on a significantly smaller scale. Karen Bass is the 43rd and current mayor of Los Angeles. She began working on a long list of things she wished to accomplish. However, her biggest goal was to mitigate homelessness in LA. She made her first step in December 12th, 2020, which was to declare a state of emergency on homelessness. In her first year, she reports that she got 21,000 out of 46,000, which is, just under half, people into interim housing. Almost always this meant getting them into hotel rooms with the intention of moving them into a home. And with her Inside Safe program, she says that she got around 2,000 people actual permanent housing. However, she has admitted that she both wished and expected there to be more permanent homes. The original timeline was only ever meant for interim housing to last around 6 months. For most, it has been extended to 18, and at this point in her time as mayor, she believed that it would likely last for a year and a half to 2 years total. This is in part due to what she considers a lack of housing. There have been a total of 33 Inside Safe operations at time of writing and recording, for an operation that costs, at time of writing, $67 million. That's about what she said she could accomplish. I should note that there are some more updated numbers on how much she used in the year of 2024. I'm just getting this from what she said she did in 2023, just to completely clear up any miscommunication. If you wish to learn more about what she said she has done in 2024, please just, consult her website, which should be in the description. Though she has done more than this, I feel it prudent to note that what has been said before this is somewhat incorrect, as all of this information was presented in the way that the mayor has presented it. However, this information is in some ways untrue. Now, you might be wondering how this could be. Well, if you remember earlier in this video, I stated where this information came from. The government, specifically Karen Bass's website, as the sole source of info for that entire section about her specifically. Now, given I only mentioned this twice, so it makes sense to not have noticed it, but I feel it is prudent to note that getting all your information from one source is a bad idea. So, if all the information you are getting is from one source, I feel you should take this video as a lesson to find at least one more reputable source and if it backs up your opinion or the facts that you are getting from the other source, then it's probably correct. But if not, then you should seek out as many reputable opinions as possible to form a more correct opinion, I guess, on the subject matter. Now on to the truth of the Inside Safe. The place where I'm getting the numbers from for this part of the video is the Knock LA article, Inside Safe, Limited Success and Ongoing Controversies. However, it is prudent to note that I did also check other sources, which will be listed in the description. However, the numbers, specifically, I'm getting from Inside Safe, as at time of writing, it is the most recent one covering it. This article notes the many deficiencies with the program, from the lack of transparency, the unhygienic conditions, and on top of that, a battle with the city controller Kenneth over audits. We will cover him fully next episode. Now, let's move to that first part. Transparency. As though she said she had 21,000 people in interim housing and 2,000 people in permanent housing. In actuality, she only got 2,200-ish people into interim housing and 400-ish people have been put into permanent housing. Note, I did say ish, as these numbers are 2 months old at time of writing, so I added the ish because the numbers are likely a touch bigger due to simply the amount of time that has passed. Even with how truly unfortunate this is, it doesn't get rid of some of the worst things. From a mobility scooter being thrown away to not really trying to help during the February storms. No, this is talking about Inside Safe, not LAHSA, the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, which did try to help. To note, I have only been talking about the first homeless encampment where an Inside Safe operation was conducted. A grand total of 11 people were placed in interim housing from that encampment. And when more homeless people were told to go to said encampment, because they were, and they went, obviously, because they were told that they would get housing if they went there, the help never came. People never came to pick them up and bring them to the housing. It just never happened. Now on to the actual interim housing. In November 2023, BAS signed the Executive Directive 6. It allowed the use of some hotels, motels, however, rooms intended for use as low-cost housing for those in need were now being used for Inside Safe. Before that, multiple rooms had been legally rented for daily rates by hotel owners. The Los Angeles Housing Department is actively conducting an evaluation of the hotels ordinance that is expected to be completed at some point in 2024. I don't actually know if it's been completed yet or not, but for context, Executive Directive 6 effectively just gives, it effectively just makes the laws more lenient towards whatever she's doing to stop homelessness. An additional note for this program is that a full 10% of Inside Safe's participants are no longer in the program. 6 of these people died, 4 of them were placed into physical/mental health treatment, and 3 were imprisoned, and a lot of them did just leave. The rest did just leave the program, as that is an option technically. Now, I feel it is somewhat important to note that in this episode I am biased against the mayor. It is due to disliking her. I don't like her as the person due to what she has done with her position as mayor. And in this bias, I might have been harsher in my judgment against her than I maybe should have been. Now, due to this, I implore you to research this on your own. If what you find contradicts what I say, then please tell me, as I would love to be proven wrong about this. However, I hope you do not blindly take my words as facts, as that would partially contradict the point of all of this. Now then, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night, my listeners. I hope you have learned something useful today and have a restful sleep, whenever that happens.